Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I would not do service to my teacher if he did not start on the dot of time. It gives me great pleasure to welcome Sudha Raghunathan, Senior Staff VHS, Dr. Ghosh, Dr. Vincent Tamburaj, Dr. Mitra Ghosh, all the senior professors, Dr. Badri, the medical superintendent, Dr. Janaki, all those who have come to honor the memory of not a legend, but a remarkable human being. This happens to be the 99th birthday of this gentleman, and he was a gentleman in all ways you want to term it. He was an exemplary teacher, a father-like figure to all his students, absolutely unattached to lucre. He had no obsession with the amount of fees you had, although he was also a consultant, which many of you may not know, in Apollo, like I am at the moment. But he chose to spend his time at VHS. The legacy requires to be sustained, it requires to be strengthened, it requires to be taken forth. And I welcome Sudha Raghunathan, Dr. Saroja, Dr. S.Suresh. I would request Professor S.Suresh to come and be seated on the dais. Professor Ghosh, please. Dr. Tamraj, please. Sudha Raghunathan, please. Dr. Saroja, please. And Dr. Vasudevan. We are fortunate that you found the time to come. So this Hindi Karan loves Carnatic music. I don't understand the head or tail of it, but I love it all the same. Music is not supposed to have any language or grammar, and she is one of the greatest exponents we have or will ever have. So can I request you, because Dr. Ramurthy was so fond of music, that we start this rededication of the department and a launch of a book with your rendition. So, stage is yours.
Namaste to everyone present here. It's my privilege to be rendering what I might say is an invocation at a milestone event of book launch. Dr. Ramurthy was a great connoisseur of art, particularly music, and the memories of having sung at Narada Gana Sabha for the department function is still evergreen in my mind. I thank Professor S.Suresh and Dr. M.C. Vasudevan for giving me this privilege. See, God, we always say there's a time and place for people to be, and I'm glad that they gave me the time and the place to be here today to share my music. And as it was said earlier, music surpasses language, boundary, religion, caste, creed, just everything that you can think of. I would request all of you to forget about everything else that you have scheduled for today. Just be with the music and enjoy it. I begin with a Guru Stuti, and then of course an ode to Saraswati, because she is the goddess of knowledge who transfers the power to us, and finish with C. Rajagopalacharya's Tamil creation, Kuriyondrumillai Marai Kanna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Gurur Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Gurur Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Shanti, 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 Shanti. Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambam Vidyarambam Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada 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 Mamavatu Sri Saraswati, Mamavatu Sri Saraswati, Mamavatu Sri Saraswati, Kamakoti Pitha Nivasini, Mamavatu Sri Saraswati, Kamakoti Pitha Nivasini, Mamavatu Sri Saraswati, Komalakara Saroja Dritavina, Komalakara Saroja Dritavina, Komalakara Saroja Dritavina, Simatita Varavad Vibhushana, Komalakara Saroja Dritavina, Simatita Varavad Vibhushana, Sa Gasani Dama Dama Gama Sa Magadama Nida Sani Dani Sa Gasani Dama Dama Gama Sa Magadama Nida Sani Dani Sa Madasa Dani Sa Nini Gasani Sa Dani Dada Sani Dani Mada Dani Sa Madama Mavatu Sri Saraswati, Rajadhiraja Pujita Charana Rajiva Nayana Ramaniya Vadana, Rajadhiraja Pujita Charana Rajiva Nayana Ramaniya Vadana, Sujana निजदल शोभित मणिमयहार अजभव वंदित वासुदेव चरणामृत सकल वेद सारमा मवतु श्री सरस्वती कामकोटि पीठ निवासिनी मामवतु श्री सरस्वती At a time when pandemic has really stunned the world, or shall we say paralyzed the world, I think this kriti would be appropriate, that we stay in gratitude to the Lord of the Seven Hills, that we tell him that we accept whatever he gives us with gratitude and pray that this too will pass and brighter days, healthier days will open up for us on the horizon. குறையொன்றும் இல்லை மறைமூர்த்தி கண்ணா, குறையொன்றும் இல்லை கண்ணா, குறையொன்றும் இல்லை கோவிந்தா, குறையொன்றும் இல்லை மறைமூர்த்தி கண்ணா, குறையொன்றும் இல்லை கண்ணா, குறையொன்றும் இல்லை கோவிந்தா. கண்ணுக்கு தெரியாமல் நிற்கின்றாய் கண்ணா, கண்ணுக்கு தெரியாமல் நின்றாலும் எனக்கு குறையொன்றும் இல்லை மறைமூர்த்தி கண்ணா. வேண்டியதை தந்திட வெங்கடேசன் இருக்க, வேண்டியது வேறில்லை மறைமூர்த்தி கண்ணா, மணிவண்ணா மலையப்பா கோவிந்தா 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 கோவிந்தா. திரையின் பின் நிற்கின்றாய் கண்ணா, கண்ணா, திரையின் பின் நிற்கின்றாய் கண்ணா, கண்ணா, திரையின் பின் நிற்கின்றாய் கண்ணா. உன்னை மறையோதும் ஞானியர் மட்டுமே காண்பார், திரையில் பின் நிற்கிறாய் கண்ணா. உன்னை மறையோதும் ஞானியர் மட்டுமே காண்பார், என்றாலும் குறையொன்றும் எனக்கில்லை கண்ணா, என்றாலும் குறையொன்றும் எனக்கில்லை கண்ணா. குன்றின் மேல் கல்லாகி, குன்றின் மேல் கல்லாகி, மறைமூர்த்தி கண்ணா குறையொன்றுமில்லை மறைமூர்த்தி கண்ணா மணிவண்ணா மல்லையப்பா கோவிந்தா 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 கலினாளுக்கு இறங்கி கல்லிலே இறங்கி நிலையாக கோயிலில் நிற்கின்றாய் கேசவா கலினாளுக்கு இறங்கி கல்லிலே இறங்கி நிலையாக கோயிலில் நிற்கின்றாய் கேசவா குறையொன்றுமில்லை மறைமூர்த்தி கண்ணா யாதும் மறுக்காத மல்லையப்பா யாதும் மறுக்காத மல்லையப்பா உன் மார்பில் ஏதும் தரனிக்கும் கருணை கடலன்னை யாதும் மறுக்காத மல்லையப்பா உன் மார்பில் ஏதும் தரனிக்கும் கருணை கடலன்னை என்றும் இருந்திட ஏது குறை எனக்கு என்றும் இருந்திட ஏது குறை எனக்கு ஒன்றும் குறையில்லை மறைமூர்த்தி கண்ணா ஒன்றும் குறையில்லை மறைமூர்த்தி கண்ணா மணிவண்ணா மலையப்பா கோவிந்தா 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 கோவிந்தா
Can I request Professor Roja to honor
பார்த்துக்கலாம் இந்த பண்ணிடலாம் கொஞ்சம் பிரிண்ட் வச்சுக்கலாம் அங்கேருந்தே தெரியும் Excuse me, ma'am, please. Excuse me, madam. Photo, madam. Sir, please.
Yes, a great collection of Mulayar. So we are so happy to give her Mulayar.
Sir, please. Mask. Sorry. Sir, look here, sir. Please. Smile. One more. Ready. Thank you. Now, okay, na.
Can I request
நம்மளுக்கு தான் ஒன்று ஓடுவாங்க அது கிட்ட போய் தான் எட்ட மாதிரி இருக்கும்
and then can I request Professor S.Suresh to give the presidential address?
Dr. M.C. Vasudevan and his team, Sudha Raghunathan with such a divine voice invoked the divine, such an apt condition of a song at this point of time which we very much require. So thank you for that, and other colleagues and friends from VHS. It is a pleasure and honor to preside over the 99th birth anniversary celebrations of Professor Ramurthy and the 23rd ALNC oration. Another special occasion is the release of the book titled Vestibular Schwannoma by none other than Professor S.Kalyanaraman. a distinguished professor of neurosurgery who has trained several neurosurgeons across the country, and many of his trainees have travelled abroad and made a mark for themselves. The Department of Neurosurgery, founded by Professor B.R.M, and today is well recognized and stands tall among the various neurosurgical departments across the country and the world. The uniqueness of this department is the focus on education combined with truly affordable neurosurgical care. The baton was passed by Professor Ramurthy to Dr. M.C. Vasudevan, who has steadfastly upheld the values and the value systems established by his mentor. I feel very proud. I feel very proud to say that the department is a jewel in VHS's crown. And this is due to the extraordinary dedication and commitment to serving the society by Dr. Vasudevan and his team. I have known Professor Ramurthy as a young boy, and I fondly remember how he used to speak to me kindly and make me feel very comfortable, even before I was a doctor. As a young doctor, I've interacted with him on a few occasions, and he always used to ask a few patient-related questions just to know whether I am up to speed with basic knowledge of medicine. Quickly he'll ask a question and he will expect an answer within the next few seconds. If not, he'll say, go and read up and come. And after that, he'll give a smile, just telling me, I'm not putting you to any hardship, but just to be aware that you must be up to speed. His commitment to the public cause is espoused in the fact that he took enormous efforts with the government to make helmets compulsory for two-wheeler riders. After many decades, his vision has come true now. Today it has become compulsory and you are fined if you don't have. I know how much he fought for it. So friends, I can confidently say that he is still amongst us saving lives. Every time you see on the road somebody wearing a helmet, you think of him that he was responsible for what is happening today. Today's ALNC oration is to be delivered by Professor Siddhartha Ghosh, who is a well-renowned, distinguished stalwart and internationally acclaimed in the field of neurosurgery. We are fortunate that he has agreed to deliver the oration. Sir, this function stature has gone up by several notches merely by your presence and the oration which you have delivered. We look forward to learning from your vast experience in this field. Coming back to ALNC, working with significant constraints under the leadership of Dr. Vasudevan and with the association of Dr. Mohan Kameswaran of Madras ENT Research Foundation, the department has performed a very large number of auditory brain stem implants, which I feel, I am told, that is one of the largest in series in Asia, which is very creditable because all this has been done not only very quietly, but to patients who could not afford. And that was a very expensive procedure, and several patients have gone out and say, if you are restoring hearing to somebody, what more can you give them in life? And that's very, very important. My association with VHS dates back to from 1978. And I fondly remember doing night duties with Dr. Vincent Tamraj, who has also contributed significantly to the department. The quality of a leader is how he plans to preserve the legacy of the department. And today, I am extremely happy that Professor Anil Pande has joined the team as a next generation and absolutely an energetic member of the team. From the day one, I can see him pervading all his energy all around. The vibrance in the department is provided by all the DNB postgraduates, who are lucky to have such experienced professionals guiding them. I have always believed that where students are present, knowledge flows and knowledge is gained all around. It's not only the students who gain the knowledge, but it is we who gain the knowledge by interacting with them. VHS is proud of all the DNB students in neurosurgery, general surgery, obstetrics and gynecology, And I'm at this point of time reminded a quote by Samuel Taylor, who said, "He is the best physician who is the most ingenious inspirer of hope." It's a very profound statement. It fits in aptly to the doctors at VHS in general and the neurosurgery department in particular, as I've had the occasion to speak to a few patients who have gone through the neurosurgery department. Every one of them said, "I was so scared that the problem was in the brain," because anyone who has a problem in the brain or heart, after that they feel it's thought of end of life. But after talking to the doctors, we felt really better. What other testimony is required by our work? Congratulations to Team Neurosurgery. My heart goes out to each and every one of you who are working tirelessly to care, to heal, and to bring a smile on every patient and family who seeks your help. I will end by quoting Hippocrates, who said, "Wherever the art of medicine is loved, there is love of humanity." This is a very profound statement, and how well it fits into VHS and the ALMC department. Because every one of them love their art, and because of that they automatically love the patients who come here and the humanity as such. May your tribe increase and continue to inspire generations to come. Professor Ramurthy has laid the footprints on the sands of time, and Dr. Vasudevan and team are treading the same path made these footprints deeper to make it easier for the future generations to tread. Thank you very much for this wonderful opportunity. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, members of the Central Committee of VHS, I wish the department all the very best, and I'm sure you will be planning ahead for the centenary celebrations of Professor Ramurthy, which is coming next year. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Professor Kalyanaraman founded the OP services at VHS. He was the first neurosurgeon to start outpatient services, and later on Dr. Ramurthy came and started it. So this brilliant gentleman was one of the first PhDs in neurosurgery, and he was mentored by the great Norman Dott, who was an outstanding genius in neurosurgery, and Francis Gillingham. And these people, the PhD topic itself was stereotaxy, which was the center field of that. So he was at the center of designing all the various cannulas and the various apparatus which made Madras School of Stereotaxy world famous. The most brilliant thing about my mentor Dr. Ramurthy was that he was a team man. If Professor Kalyanaraman was better than him in one particular thing, he was always respected for that. So if you notice carefully, there were neurologists, there were neuropathologists, it is the Medici effect. There was a brilliant number of people because this man did not overshadow everybody. He did definitely allow them to flower and grow in their own manner and reach their own levels and heights. At the same time, Madras became and continues to remain at the center of neurosurgery. By his mentorship, I have been fortunate to be his student because he used to take classes on Sundays at Apollo, where Dr. Vincent was also take classes. And on this, he is releasing the book on vestibular schwannomas. Professor Kalyanaraman was very well read, and he was the sort of person that Dr. Vasudevan immediately approached to release this book, which is a distillation. It is a part of the series plan because we have operated on a huge number of patients from 1978, and each of this experience, the patient experience, must be passed on. And this is the first of that series which tries to distill that experience into a book. That is why it's a part of a series. This is the first one, and the other tumors with which a huge repertoire of data is available. will be known. So this is the release of the book.
Distinguished and respected members of the audience, I am very grateful to the organizers of this function for giving me the honor and privilege of releasing this book. I apologize for presenting a recorded speech which is due to minor personal issues related to my age. This department has many firsts to its credit. One of the largest numbers of neurosurgical DNB trainees over a period of nearly 4 decades is due to this department. Producing a book of this magnitude and detail is another very great achievement. I'm happy that the ALNC oration by my very good friend Professor Ghosh is on this topic, documenting surgical techniques and especially complications and their management and prevention is very important, not only to guide colleagues and juniors, but also to provide evidence to consumer courts that complications, mortality and morbidity can occur in any surgical environment. I wish the department every success in all its future endeavors in the academic field. Thank you very much. I have great pleasure in releasing this book.
Can I request Mrs. Sudha Raghunathan to come on the stage and Dr. Suresh to also come on the stage to release the book.
Lights, light open. Are they light?
Dr. Vincent, please. Dr. Vasu,
Sir, please. Sir, excuse me. Sir, please look at. Sir.
Thank you.
Dr. Vasudev will give the honor to Professor Kalyanaraman to Dr. Suresh and receive it from him. We will go in person to his residence and thank him. Dr. Achanta Lakshmipathi, the ALNC, which you hear, and in whose honor the oration is named, was a giant of a man. In 1904 to 1909, he did his medical degree from Madras Medical College and was a brilliant student. He specialized in ophthalmology in the earlier days, and he was associated with the government eye hospital at Egmore. He had perhaps the largest practice at that time in Chennai. But then, after a famine, and noticing that the poor could not afford the medicines, he totally changed course. He went on to train himself in Ayurveda, trained rigorously in Ayurveda, and then started his own pharmacy, to produce these Ayurvedic medicines. He had a huge ashram because he had a remarkable practice, so all his money went into that. He was the person who started the revival of Ayurveda in India, which people do not know at all. He was associated with Mahatma Gandhi, with all the freedom leaders of his time, and just look at the number of things he was able to manage in his lifetime. In every aspect, including a 10-volume textbook of Ayurveda. So not only mastering Western medicine, practicing it with brilliance, he mastered Ayurveda. The most important thing is, let's just look at the number of institutions, journals which he founded. At 3 or 4 different places in the country, his orations run in his name, endowed by him. His entire family's wealth he donated to the causes of health in this country. The first oration was given by Professor D. Balasubramanian, Neurosurgery, the past, present and future, another brilliant neurosurgeon. And then on, I will not waste your time, has been a long list of distinguished people. The very important thing which you must take home is that we decided, and we have always followed, that we must seek the brilliant among us first. That is why Indian neurosurgeons who have achieved brilliance and excellence in these limited situations should be honored. And this list goes on, and each of them have expounded on a subject in which they have devoted their entire life to. So at this point I will ask Dr. Vasudevan to introduce the 23rd ANC orator.
Respected friends, it gives me a great opportunity to present Dr. Ghosh, but I was wondering why I didn't need to introduce him at all. He is well known to everybody, except maybe few nursing personalities may not know about him. So just give a brief introduction to him. He heads the Apollo Institute of Neurosciences and he is the head of the Department of Neurosurgery at Apollo Hospital. He has one of the largest individual series of vestibular schwannoma, and his neurosurgical expertise is legendary. Initially he trained at CMC Vellore and has over the years a very large surgical series of cranial, spinal and peripheral nerve lesion. He is referred patient from all over India and abroad for his surgical expertise, profound compassion and exemplary patient care. He has been awarded the Best Doctor Award by the MGR Medical University, and he is the Walter E. Dandy Medal, and he is the chairman of the Indian chapter of Walter E. Dandy International Neurosurgical Society. Thank you.
Can I request Dr. Vincent to present the medal? Sir, can you please?
Sir, please.
Sir, please.
Excuse me. Sir, please.